Welcome to the Radview Training Institute. My name is Al Hotchkiss, and today I'm going to be walking through with you the process of recording a script using WebLOAD IDE. Our IDE product is a visual environment that we use to create protocol test scripts. Basically, there are three things that we do through this tool. We give you the opportunity to record those scripts in a GUI format. Very simple to do. You simply walk through the process and we record the script or agenda, and then we allow you to edit that agenda, which means you can add functionality to it above and beyond what is recorded, what happens when you do your recording. We also then take that agenda and we can run it with a single user validation test and make sure that it's recorded correctly and that everything is working properly. And so we can debug that agenda to make sure it's right. A couple of things we want to take a note of. The first of these is when you get ready to do your recording of a script for WebLOAD, you want to make sure that you stop all other browsers on your workstation that you're doing the recording on. Very important for WebLOAD that we be able to clear all of the cookies and cache from any other sessions. So we go through this, the tool automatically opens up and attempts to clear all of the cookies and cache. If it's not able to do that, and it can't if other browsers are open and using those cookies and cache, then it will get what we refer to as a dirty recording, meaning we pick up information from other browsers into your script and that'll make it not run correctly. So you want to make sure that you shut down all of your other browsers. The other thing to take note of is once you have your script recorded, the first window that pops up, and you'll see this here in a moment. When the first window pops up, it prompts you for auto-discover of the correlation rules, anything that needs correlated in your script. We strongly recommend that you do that correlation first, allow the auto-discover to run and identify those things that need correlated, select them, correlate the script, and then go in and make any manual edits that you want to do to the script. If you do those manual edits first, and then run your auto-discover, there is the possibility, not in every case, but there is a possibility that the auto-discover could step on some of those manual changes that you made and overwrite them, which will force you to go back and enter those a second time. So do the auto-discover first and then go in and do your manual edits. All right, well, let's begin here. And I'm going to bring up my WebLOAD IDE and we'll show you how to record a script. Okay, this is our WebLOAD IDE and our workspace. We have standard toolbars here for pull-down menus for things that you can do in here, such as file, open, close, save, all those types of things. We have a home tab here that allows you to start your recording, work with correlation, parameterization, and response validation. Those are things that you want to be aware of. We have edit tools here for finding places in your script. For cut, copy, paste, we have those same standard Control-C, Control-V type functionality. We have a syntax checker here if you need to look into that into your script once you recorded it and modified it. Make sure that all your syntax is correct. Very helpful tool. We can do debug here with set breakpoints in your script, so you can debug that script while you're working with it. And then when you go to run it and test it, we will display the session window here, which will show you everything that was run during the playback, and then you can review it and work with it. And then last of all, we have tools here for, we can set options in your script for how you want this thing to record and generate your script and how you want it to process when you run the test on it, the playback. So we have settings for those as well. I'm going to go back here to the home button and I'm going to click the start button to record a script. So if I click on start, it'll pop up a window here that says, okay, which browser do you want to use to make your recording? And it will allow you to select any browser that's installed on your workstation. I'm going to pick Internet Explorer because everybody knows that one. And we do clear the cache, the browser cache, and the cookies, as I mentioned earlier. So you want to make sure that all your other browsers are not running. There's no other browsers running when you go to record your script. So I'm going to click OK. And this will then start up my browser for me. You'll see my Internet Explorer window appear here for me. And I'm going to enlarge this to full size. And we also start up a floating toolbar here. And I just want to quickly point out on the floating toolbar, we have some functions here. So you can stop your recording at any point in time when you're ready. You can pause your recording if you need to for whatever reason. But more importantly, we have what we call here begin transaction and end transaction. This function allows you to put a wrapper around components within your script. And you'll see that here in just a minute how we use that. But it works very nicely for editing the script, identifying where certain things were done in the script. It also creates timers so that when you go to your console and you run this script in the console, it will then record the time that lapses between the begin transaction and the end transaction. So you get timings on those, which is a very, very useful functionality. So I am first going to open up my app. Well, let me create a transaction here. And I'm going to call this Open App. And we'll just let that get started. And then I'm going to open up my application from my browser, from a bookmark. And I can end that open application transaction. So now I'll have a timer on how long it takes to open the application. I'm going to do a transaction here for login. And I'm going to come up here to my login option. And I'm going to log in here as new customer. And my password. And log in. Login took place, okay. I'm now logged in, so I'm going to end that transaction. And I'm going to create a new transaction here. I'm going to call add to cart. Oops, cart. And click OK. And I'm just going to select one of these items here. And I'm going to add it to the cart. To see my cart, I would click on the cart button up here. And there is my order in my cart. So I can end my add to cart transaction. And I'm not actually going to buy anything. This website doesn't actually let me buy anything. But I'm going to do a log out transaction here. And click on my log out. And end my log out transaction. So you can see I put a transaction around each step inside of my script. Now most of your scripts are probably going to be much more extensive, larger apps, much more to do in those, and that makes sense. This one's very tiny, but it gives you the functionality. We'll show you how things work here. So basically, I have everything done in my script that I wanted to record. So at this point, I'm going to end my recording. And as you can see, it brings me back here to my workspace in WebLOAD IDE. And as I mentioned earlier, the first thing you want to do is you want to correlate this script before you do any other modifications to it here. Lots of things that are available with our toolbox over here and our building blocks that lets you add functionality to the script if you need it. You can add parameterization to the script if you need it. And you'll want to add some validation into that script as well when you're ready. But I'm going to click on Auto Discover Rules. This goes through the script, reads everything that was sent from the server back to my browser, and it tries to decide, we do the best we can, is to identify those things that are likely candidates for correlation. In this case, the first one here is a session ID, which most likely requires correlation. So I'm going to select that. And the other three here probably don't require correlation. So once I've selected everything that I want to use, I can click OK. It will then come back and tell me that it's completed successfully. And you can see down here I've now got a correlation set up, set correlation value here for my session ID that I requested. Okay, so now I've got everything in place. I want to run a test run on this, our third function here. As you know, we've recorded it now, we've edited it, set our correlation into the script, and now I'm going to do a run to see if this script runs correctly. So if I click run, and I'm not going to save it yet, this will then go out and execute the script. As you can see, there's a small little yellow arrow here that walks down through the script. The top window up here on the left is my recording. The lower window is my playback of the script. And so it comes back and it gives me some messages down here. It says that I did extract a correlation value correctly, so that value was required to be correlated, so I'm glad I did that. and the test passed. So my script now is ready to pass over to the console and use it as part of my load test or load session that I set up in the console when I create that template. So I now have an agenda, recorded a script. It's that simple to do. And so what I'm going to close this session, and you now know how to record a script. And that will be our session for today. So you have a great day, and thanks for listening in, and we'll catch you on another one of our videos and training sessions on the Radview Training Institute. Have a great day.